Think about the most difficult moment you faced as a leader. Was it creating a strategy, analyzing the numbers, or was it handling people, the conflict between two strong personalities, the disengaged employee, or the team that just didn't trust your direction? Here's the truth. Most leadership failures are not due to lack of IQ, but lack of EQ, emotional intelligence. IQ refers to logical intelligence, the ability to analyze and solve problems. EQ, on the other hand, is emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage emotions, both your own and those of others. According to Harvard Business Review, 90% of top-performing leaders score high in emotional intelligence. Yet, surveys reveal that more than half of managers underestimate its importance. Here's one quick tactic you can try immediately during your next one-on-one. Instead of asking only about progress, ask how are you feeling about your role right now. That single question can surface frustrations early, prevent disengagement, and build trust. And later in this video, we'll explore a powerful practice that history's greatest leaders relied on. Yet most modern leaders have almost forgotten. Before we dive in, may I ask you to subscribe to Inside Leadership? It helps this channel grow and motivates us to keep producing high-value content that sharpens your leadership edge. Thank you for supporting us. Now let's begin. Every journey of leadership begins with self-awareness, the ability to recognize your own emotions and how they influence your behavior. Without it, leaders become blind to how they affect others. Abraham Lincoln was famous for writing hot letters when angry, then tucking them away instead of sending them. That pause revealed deep self-awareness, the recognition that emotion could cloud judgment. Modern neuroscience confirms this. Studies at Yale show that leaders who pause and label their emotions activate regions of the brain associated with control and decision-making, reducing impulsive reactions. Practical takeaway. Start a daily reflection habit. Write down, what emotions did I feel today? How did they influence my actions? Awareness is the first step to mastery. It's not enough to notice emotions. Great leaders regulate them. They stay calm under pressure, adapt to change, and avoid destructive reactions. During World War II, Winston Churchill faced daily reports of bombings and casualties. Yet he maintained composure, even injecting humor in dire times. His steadiness became the nation's anchor. In business, Satya Nadella demonstrated self-regulation when reshaping Microsoft's culture. He replaced a cutthroat atmosphere with collaboration, modeling calm resilience in times of massive change. Gallup research shows that teams led by leaders who manage stress effectively are 30% more engaged. People borrow stability from their leaders. Practical takeaway. Practice the pause and breathe rule. When triggered, pause for 5 deep breaths before responding. This micro-habit rewires reactions. If there's one superpower of emotional intelligence, it's empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Nelson Mandela embodied this. After decades in prison, he empathized even with his oppressors, inviting them into reconciliation. That empathy transformed a nation. In the corporate world, Nooyi, former CEO of PepsiCo, wrote personal letters to employees' parents, thanking them for their child's contributions. That gesture of empathy created loyalty beyond any policy. A study by Catalyst found that leaders who demonstrate empathy increase employee innovation by 61% and engagement by 76%. Empathy fuels performance. Practical takeaway. In your next interaction, listen without planning your response. Reflect back what you hear. It sounds like you're feeling empathy is felt when people feel understood. Great leaders don't just manage relationships, they master them. Social skills are about communication, collaboration, and inspiring others. Martin Luther King Jr. mobilized millions not through authority, but through his ability to connect, inspire, and move hearts. His speeches combined clarity with emotional resonance. In business, Richard Branson of Virgin is known for walking the floors, talking directly with employees, and making connections at every level. His accessibility created a culture of loyalty. McKinsey found that organizations with leaders skilled in social influence are 5 times more likely to outperform competitors. Influence is the true multiplier of leadership. Practical takeaway. Begin every meeting by acknowledging a person, not a task. A simple, "I appreciate your effort on" builds trust that compounds over time. Emotional intelligence also means channeling emotions to drive goals. Great leaders radiate motivation that pulls teams forward. Steve Jobs was relentless in communicating Apple's mission to create insanely great products. His passion became contagious, energizing teams to achieve the impossible. Today, Elon Musk inspires not just with technology, but with audacious missions, colonizing Mars, accelerating sustainable energy. His emotional conviction fuels collective motivation. Research shows that employees who perceive their leaders as motivated are 125% more likely to feel engaged. Motivation is emotion in motion. Practical takeaway. Share not just what you do, but why you do it. Let your passion be visible. It gives others permission to care. Now for the hidden practice that multiplies emotional intelligence. Reflective listening circles. Great leaders from ancient tribes to modern boardrooms used versions of this. They create intentional spaces where every voice is heard, and leaders listen more than they speak. Mahatma Gandhi often sat with villagers, listening deeply before making decisions. His power came not from imposing, but from understanding. Modern companies like Google and Pixar institutionalize listening sessions to spark innovation and psychological safety. Practical takeaway. Once a month, hold a listening circle. Each person shares for 2 minutes, uninterrupted. The leader only reflects back what was heard. This practice not only reveals hidden insights, but builds trust at a profound level. 3 challenges for this week. Number 1, emotional journal. Each day, write one emotion you felt strongly and how it shaped your actions. Self-awareness grows with practice. Number 2, the empathy pause. In your next conversation, pause to reflect back what you heard before adding your perspective. Watch connection deepen instantly. Number 3, mini listening circle. This week, ask 3 team members, what's one thing I should know to lead better? Listen fully. The answers will surprise you. Leaders who overlook emotional intelligence often pay a heavy price. Research from the Center for Creative Leadership shows that the top reasons executives fail are not poor strategies or lack of vision, but the inability to manage relationships, adapt to change, and demonstrate empathy. In practice, this means brilliant minds collapse because they neglect the human side of leadership. Entire teams can disengage, turnover increases, and innovation slows to a crawl when leaders operate without emotional awareness. On the other hand, organizations that embrace emotional intelligence gain a measurable edge. Google's Project Aristotle revealed that psychological safety, directly tied to empathetic leadership, was the single most important factor in high-performing teams. Likewise, companies that train managers in emotional intelligence consistently see boosts in productivity, engagement, and retention. Emotional intelligence isn't a soft skill. It is a strategic advantage, one that fuels results, culture, and long-term success. Emotional intelligence is not soft. It's the secret weapon of the world's greatest leaders. Self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, social skills, motivation, and above all, reflective listening transform leadership from authority into influence. If this video gave you value, please subscribe to Inside Leadership and share it with a colleague who wants to grow as a leader. Together, we'll sharpen leadership skills, build trust, and shape the future of work.